Oh my gosh. Welcome everyone who's popping in, and more people will be showing up as the night goes on. And so I want to welcome everybody to day two of the Blank Canvas Sessions. Man, if you were here last night, I see a couple people here. Oh, there's contestant two. No, way to throw me off there.
Love it.
Totally threw me off. That's awesome. But welcome everybody who was here last night. Welcome Lofty Moose and Brent and everybody else who is showing up tonight. We're so glad to have you here on day two. It is just going to be a great night. Last night we had a blast and shared some great value about business, and Roger with his talk on improv was just stellar and just great value. So I want to welcome again everybody tonight. Tonight it is just going to be off the chain, amazing. As I was introducing people to what was going to happen tonight, and I just said, we have got some rock stars. Not even thinking about you, Neil. I just said rock stars. Oh wait, literal rock stars we have tonight. But man, a phenomenal lineup with musicians who have toured the globe. Neil, Zaza, and Theresa Rose kicking us off tonight, and then stick around 8 o'clock. Carrie Esser, one of the top makeup and body paint artists in the country. Oh my gosh, it is going to be an epic night for all of us who are privileged enough to be here. So I don't want to take up any more time. I will say, if you have any questions as we go, please drop them in the chat, and drop them in the chat, and we will ask those as we go on. And so I will turn right over to our stars for the evening, for the first session. Take it, Neil and Theresa.
All right.
Hi.
We're having a party here tonight.
Party at the Zaza house.
Casa de Zaza.
Welcome.
Well, we're really happy to be here. We're going to talk about music tonight. We're going to talk about making music, because that's what we do at the house here. At the house, we have kind of a bohemian existence in a way. Like we have we call it, affectionately called, the Beat Lab here, which is, we try to unsuburbia the room as much as we could to get a nice vibe in it. So, you walk in and you feel like, I can create. I have a space where, we can come here and write and really do what we have to do. So tonight, I think it's going to be special because we've never done anything like this before together. Like we do music together all the time, but we've never really talked about what we do and how we do it. So where I'd like to start is, everyone has an idea, has a creative concept. So our genre obviously is music, and we wanted to kind of pull the curtain back, so to speak, and kind of show you one of the processes that we'll use to bring an idea to life. We have a few different ways. We never really know, as I guess any creative does, what way is going to work this time. So for this tune that we're going to work on it as an example tonight, Theresa's humming around the house. She's been humming this melody around the house. So I got it in my head, and I thought, well, this would be a good one that we work on tonight. So we never really know, and that's our cat trying to get in.
Our cat opens doors.
Our cat opens doors.
Oh, it opens doors?
Yeah.
Hey.
So you got to unlock it.
Should I let her in?
Sure.
Yeah.
This is Duke.
This is Duke, and he opens doors.
That's awesome.
So my first thing I want to say is, listen, we have in our studio, we're really proud. We have a lot of nice gear, a lot of tools and stuff. But tools are just that. They're just things that help you realize your idea. But you don't need all of that. The most important thing is the idea itself. So if we stay with that concept, don't be fooled by like all the gear here and all the cats, because this is a cat house, so to speak. So all right, so I'm going to turn it over to Theresa for a second, talk about this idea, and then we'll start building a track with you guys, and we'll show you how we do it, And we love to take some questions. If anyone has anything to say, we're all about it. So here we go. Theresa, it's all you.
Oh, hey. Thanks, Neil. So, yeah, again, as Neil mentioned before, it's really, we're going to go through one of the ways that we take an idea and turn it into a song. So we're lucky to have what we have in the studio, but you don't need all of this equipment. The most important thing is that when you have an idea, you capture it so then you can take it forward. So some of the time, like Neil's mentioning, he'll hear me humming. Most of the time I think of my ideas and I think about, I know Jess, you're on the Zoom today, and I've heard you talk about you have ideas in the shower and it has in relation to water. It's so true that oftentimes I'll be thinking about nothing in the shower and all of a sudden there's a song idea and I'm humming it and I don't even know where it's going to go, but I have this melody and it kind of haunts me. So oftentimes I'll grab my phone, I'll hum it into my phone, and then it takes shape from there. So for anybody watching, if you're not a songwriter and you're thinking about dipping your toe into something like that, the first bit of advice that I would give is to get those ideas down when and where you can. Sometimes people wake up from a dream and they write things into a notebook. All of those things are so important to have on hand. So there's that. The other thing I wanted to mention is that everybody's creative process is different. So we're going to show you one way today, and other times when we do songs, they come about completely different. And there's no right way to do it. It's however feels best for you. And again, it could be different each time. And then the last thing is, don't be afraid to create something with the fear of what if it's not going to be good. From my perspective as a songwriter, I can tell you that that used to be one of my biggest problems. That I'd have an idea and I would almost be crippled with the fact that, well, what if it's not good? So what if it's not good? You have to write 100 songs to get some really good ones sometimes. So always follow it through. Always take your ideas to the next spot where they could be, because you never know when it's going to evolve into something that's really great. So that's what we're going to start with today, is just an idea that I had humming that came from the shower that I put into my phone. I played it for Neil, and we're going to see where it goes today. I do have some lyrics that I've thought of that will be kind of involved in this process that have written down, but I may change them as we go here today too. That's the other thing. This is a starting point today. Yeah. We may start this song, and then typically what happens to me is we'll get a demo down, and then I'll be chewing on it and thinking about it, and the words may change, the chorus may change, not the melody typically, that's really hard and fast in my mind. But oftentimes the content could change. So this is where we're going to be today, and so we're going to take you through that. Thanks for being here and hanging out with us in Casa de Zaza. Let's get going.
Very good. Yeah. So full disclosure, we're creating the idea in front of you guys. We don't really know how it's going to turn out, but we did collaborate a little bit on what chord structure we're going to use, and my thing is on the cooking channel, they talk about cutting vegetables, but then you don't watch them cut all the vegetables, and they go, oh, look at the cup of carrots right here. So I kind of pre-cut the vegetables a little bit to keep us rolling, because you don't want to see me program drums for 3 hours. So any case,
I want to watch you do drums for 3 hours, but I'm sure you'll be able to.
So we came up with some chords. The main riff of the song, and I'll give you the rough idea, and then we'll build it back here. So it's going to be something like this. We think this is what we know right now is. So that's sort of what we're going to start with.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
So just so you know, this came from me humming something that went like da 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 da. So that's where he built that song.
And I'm like, honey, what is it? So there's a little working through.
Let's say chop.
Yeah.
But that's where that came from.
All right, well, why don't you come on over here and we'll get a closer look at the screen. Come on, here we
Welcome
go.
to the land.
Be ready. All right, here we go.
I'm gonna move.
So just to kind of show you what's going on over here, where all the magic happens, as they say. I'm working in a piece of software called Studio One, and I do all the different tracking, all the different instruments here. So I laid out just a few of the instruments that I know I'll be needing today. So I laid out some drums, a drum track, bass, acoustic guitar, piano, electric guitar, and then T lead. But you're going to see by the time we get done with this track, we're going to have a stack of Theresa vocals with all the backgrounds and stuff. But so drums are one of the most important things because it gives the vibe of everything. It gives the feel. So like I said, I pre-cut the vegetables I did a little drum track, but I just want to show you where I'm getting everything, okay? Again, I'm going to keep coming back to, and I know Theresa's going to keep coming back to, you don't need all of this, but we're painting a picture with a lot of colors. So, and we have it, so we're using it, but it's about the idea, it's about the song, it's about the melody. This is just a nice way to build it. So in any case, all my drums are here. We're triggering a program called Superior Drummer. I'll show you. And right here, hold on. So now, so that kick, snare, toms. So I can play the drum kit. It's really easy. So I kind of pre-programmed a little bit of a beat. So I thought in the beginning of the song, maybe we have like a little tom thing, get a little groove going. So that sounds like this. Okay, something real simple, and then we're going to bring some more drums in as we go. But I programmed it, if I could.
And I'll say while you're grabbing that if you have an iPad and you use things like GarageBand, it has something, not the same program, but you can program drums like this as well. If you don't have that, the other thing that I would say is if you just have a phone and you don't have any of the tools, if you have the idea in your mind, I do sometimes, I'll get whole different things where I have the drum beat and I have all of the different things and it's just in my brain. You could take your phone and if you have the beat and you want to do the dun, 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 like put it in there, put it into your phone, and then you can have an idea to take it forward to somebody like Neil or somebody that has an iPad that you can get the idea down.
Exactly.
We just had a quick comment, and the quick comment was from Lofty Moose, and he said, "More cowbell."
Well,
you can never have enough cowbell.
Roger, you don't know how appropriate that is, because my next thing I was going to say is it's going to drive everyone crazy, because it drives everyone crazy. Everything is done to a click. So a click meaning a metronome, a constant tempo. It's our reference. So when you say more cowbell, it's funny you'd say that, because is that enough cowbell for you?
Because I got a fever.
I got a fever.
And the only prescription is more cowbell.
So I'll tell you what, I'm going to lay down some of the chords that we had talked about worked for this song, and then we'll start building it from there. So also, I want to introduce Poppy here.
You heard that, right?
She's on background vocal.
The interfaces are a little hot.
Poppy Zaza.
The cats fight over exactly to lay right there. Anyway, all right, here we go. We don't have time to mess around with this. All right, so I'm just going to start. I'm giving myself a 4 count to start. Let me see if I have. I'll put this in record. Sounds sort of in tune. I'll go with that. All right, here we go. Now, don't hold it against me if I have to do this in more than one take. not perfect, but I think it's good enough.
It'll work.
What we have, right? I hope I got it. So
I forgot to hit record.
here is the track we just recorded, right here. Take a look right here. And I'm going to turn the click off. And now let's take a listen to what it sounds like. Soloed up. And I can get a mix right here. All right, I like that. I'll give it a 8 because I can dance to it.
Sweet.
Okay. All right. So let's do. I say let's do a little bass. What do you guys say?
I like
All right.
bass.
Bass.
Slap
is
in the
good.
bass, man.
I like the bass. Can you give me the bass, please?
Yes.
Any questions, comments,
I found
jokes, limericks, anything on anyone's mind?
Anybody have any special requests? More cowbell? More bass?
Is that enough cowbell for everyone?
Is it enough?
It's all about the bass.
It's all about the bass. It always is. Right?
Carrie says she's dancing right now.
Hi,
Carrie!
Carrie.
I need my makeup done, Carrie. Help me. Help this.
Tuning because we care here. Tuning because we care. And I'm using a pick. I'm sorry. I know I failed the bass player test. So I'm thinking it's real simple. Maybe just keep the bass simple as it always should be. Let's try it.
Do
What do you
it.
say? Here we go. And I gotta put that click on, so here we go.
More cowbell.
Not yet. No. Okay. Not perfect, but you know what?
Keep the giggle
I
in
think
there.
it's all right.
You gotta have
It's
the
all
giggle.
right.
Yeah, I love the giggle.
It's all about the giggle.
I'm gonna tell you what though, I am gonna do the intro over, if that doesn't bother anyone.
It doesn't bother me
Because
at all.
we need a little something more. So
Do a little
I'm
something.
gonna do one more take just on the intro into the verses. So here we go. We're gonna wait. Awesome. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna piece those two together. And I'm just here's the, if you look at the mouse, here's my first, the take I just did. And then here's the take I did previously. And then I'm just gonna do a little quick fade between them so there's not a pop or anything. So this sounds, without the cowbell, sounds like this. Perfect. And you know, as you're developing the idea, a lot of people get tied up in the technology of it, where at this point we're not worried about getting a perfect take. We're just, I want the right notes, but we're just capturing the lightning in a bottle, so to speak. So we're not about getting it perfect. There could be some loose ends, some, I don't want to say wrong notes, but listen, we're just capturing the idea. We can go back later and fine tune all the performances. And, you know, when I hear what Theresa's going to sing, we could fine tune a lot of the guitar and bass around the vocal. So I always equate building layers of music like this to, like I would imagine like a painter, like you get the pencil sketch and then maybe you lay the Bob Ross colors in, you know, you go rough, you go broad, you go macro, and then you just start tuning it in. So that's what we're doing. So.
And then you put the big tree right in the middle.
That's right. There's always a tree in the middle of that. So,
we have a quick question from Carrie.
We have a question, yes.
She wants, Carrie wants to know, how often are you guys creating music versus playing in general out in the public?
Good
That's
question.
a great question. Well, right now, it's a lot more creating and a lot less playing out.
Yeah.
During the pandemic.
Unfortunately.
Sometimes,
right?
usually under normal circumstances, it's been sort of flipped. But I have found, for me, the pandemic has been a blessing because creative juices started flowing a little bit more than before, because, you know, Neil is a full-time touring musician. I do shows, I tour when I can, but I have a full-time day job. And so time being what it was,
Right.
there really wasn't enough hours in the day to be able to create as much as I could. So I found that during the pandemic, it's come a lot easier, a lot more ideas, and we have a lot more opportunity to do things like this and just see what happens, see what we can do. Would you like to add anything, Mr.?
You said it all. For me, though, the pandemic has been, I'm going to say this with all due respect to all the families that have had hardships and losses. It's been great for me because I've been off the road. So I've had time to really dive in and tie up some loose ends with some projects and start new projects. So this was a gift of time that I couldn't have gotten anywhere else. So I guess it is taking lemons and making lemonade out of it. But, you know, I'm an optimist, and let's get stuff done, right? So
Creative lemonade.
there it is. All right, moving along.
What do you want to do? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I was saying, Roger, come on over here.
Yeah.
So I don't play keyboards. She plays keyboards, but she doesn't know the chords yet. She just knows the melody. So I do have a little cheating mechanism that I'm only happy to share. So I use something called complete control, which I can, if you look right here, I could lay out what key I'm in for us guitar player types, right? So now when I play a key, it plays the chord. All right? So for getting something down really, really rough, it's perfect. Later on, I'll bring in a real keyboard player, or Theresa will learn it, and then she can play it. But for me, laying stuff down, it's just a quick way to get stuff. Pencil sketch. We're going to use that phrase a lot as we go. We're just pencil sketching. So let me, I got to think about the chords for a second. Then the bridge is C, G, D. Chorus is E minor, C, G, D, C, D. I say we're ready to try it. Let's do this thing.
You can do it.
I know we can do it. I know we can do it. Here we go. I feel good. Pressure's on. Here we go. One finger, I'm ready to go. Okay. I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to wait into the second verse. So here we go. Is that enough cowbell?
More cowbell.
Here we go. Woo!
Wow, that
That was
was
difficult.
some mastery on the.
But you notice there's one chord in there. There's a little C minor Beatles-esque sound that is not in the key of G, so I had to not do C minor. But you know, these are things we'd fix later on. But my secret's out now. So all right. So I'll tell you what. We're gonna lay one more track, and then we're gonna really turn the heat on and have Theresa do some singing here. So let me get on an instrument that I know very well, which is electric guitar. So hang on one second. Theresa, can you get me the yellow?
Yellow.
Any questions?
Oh,
Jim, do we have any questions? Anything?
Lofty Moose just said, add the funk.
Always add more funk.
That you can never have enough funk. You know that.
Well, for me, I have a question. Is that when this track is completely done, can you drop it into the Tuesday at 7 group so we can listen to it in high fidelity?
In high, yes, exactly. Exactly. I would
Awesome.
love to. Important things that are going on right now. Tuning. I'm just saying because we care. So. And catnapping over there.
And one other question, how important is the shush and to have that moment of silence when you're done with that segment of the song?
That's a really good question. The reason we have the moment of silence is because we need enough musical material to fade out. So like on an acoustic guitar, you would catch noise. So we just let it fade so that we can bring the fader down. We have enough to fade out. That's why it seems like we're like admiring our work, like, whoa, that was amazing. But you know, it's more like we're just letting it slide down, you know. So cool. Good question, Jim. I like it.
I like it.
All right, so
Are you gonna add flavor here?
I'm gonna add some flavor. I might need some Theresa opinion on some of this. So let me just get a level here real quick. Because electric guitar could take over everything. All right, let me so let me I have to confer with the composer here. I was hearing like little
flavor. Something like that.
Yeah, like we could do a melody thing in there, like exactly.
That's what I was thinking.
Or like an Edge U2 thing. I like that. So
I like that.
let's take a
Can we
listen.
do both of those things?
So what we'll do is we're not going to record this. We're just kind of seeing what works. This is sort of part of the process to see. If we don't like it, we don't like it. So now this is a verse, but I wouldn't play the first part of the verse. Nah.
I like that in theory.
In theory, we like that. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I want the da-da. Yeah.
All right, so let's gotta go this real quick. I'll just throw it here, even though it'll go later.
Yeah, yeah,
I just want to hear it. Yeah, I like it a lot.
I like the slide down.
Let's do it. Let me do one.
Yeah.
How's that sound out there? Okay.
I like that slide down a lot. Da-da.
So that
Yeah, I'll exaggerate.
Kinda like exaggerate it.
Exaggerate it.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna start from the intro. Here we go. My machine's giving out here. Hold on.
Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh, machine is over processed. Let's do it again. Here we go. Do this one here. All right, not perfect, but we'll use it for now.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? All right, thumbs
I
up.
think it works.
Awesome. I have another question. I have a question from Beth. She wants to know, how many iterations does a song generally go through before you go from where you're at now to the stage?
Hundreds.
Not hundreds, but it could be several.
Yeah, it's to me the time thing is the tweaking of it.
Exactly.
That takes all the time. So we'll knock this out. We have the idea, and then I could spend 3 days on drums alone, like with the drums, with hit a open hi-hat, or the bass. Should I do gung 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 or boom? So it just depends. But I always say, as Theresa said earlier, you should never love your work so much from the beginning that you won't change it, because we think tonight that this is the best chord changes or whatever we're doing tonight. We like this tonight, but tomorrow we wake up, well, maybe if we bent it this way. And that's the sleep in, the live in process, where it has to stand the test of time, meaning listen to it in the morning, you're like, it's not as good as I thought it was.
Yeah.
I would do this, or maybe the little riffs I did, we would do something different. Or so I don't know if we do full iterations, but it gets tweaked to death before it's released.
Especially with vocals too.
Exactly.
Vocals will change. Like what I laid down today very likely will change as you listen to things over time. You think of, oh, could I invert something differently, or can I express it differently? And all of that takes a little bit of time. And from a vocal perspective, it takes 3-4 different versions of it so that you figure out how do you like it the best. Now, I've had songs on the first take where I'm like, that's it. This is the exception.
Right, exactly.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And Karen chimed in. She said it's just like writing a book. And so I can definitely attest to that. Thanks for giving us this peek behind the curtain. We'll continue on. Let's get to the good stuff, right?
Absolutely. So what I'm doing is we call it freezing the tracks, because some of the stuff I'm using is really CPU intensive, and if you heard something's glitched. So now I'm turning just some of this MIDI information into audio files, and you'll see transform to audio track, and I can preserve the state. So I could undo this, and then I have all the MIDI information if I want to go back and retweak, like we were saying. So, but it's gonna save CPU on the computer. So there it is. So now let me get just a quick little mix. Let's be sure we like this. Piano's a little loud. And I can solo. This is the guitar I just cut. My drums, here's my bass. No bass in yet. What about that piano playing? Come on now. I'm gonna turn that guitar down a little bit. Okay. Again, rough pencil sketch. So normally, just to let you in on the next process. So this is Theresa cutting her vocal. And normally she'd be with headphones, and we get a nice isolated take so that her vocal has nothing in it but her vocal, There's no ambient track or noise or anything. But if we did that, you would never be able to hear what she hears. All you would hear is Theresa singing, which would be great, but you don't hear it in context of the track. So we might have to turn the volume down so we don't get a feedback, because we have the microphone here and we have the speakers here. So this is a process we're not used to. Normally she'll wear headphones and get a nice reverb and everything like that. But I think Theresa's gonna be okay, right?
I should be.
All right, so here we go. Theresa, can you just say hey?
Hi, hey, how are ya?
Hello.
Hello, super duper. Just doing a little micety check here. You got me? We're gonna do a little singing today.
I think we should. Now I'm actually not gonna put any clip because you don't need it. So.
I don't need clip. Are we gonna record this now?
Do you want to record or do you want to run through it one time? You tell me.
Let's just record it. It's a demo.
All right, you kind of know
If
what
I
you
hate
want to
it,
do.
then we'll just
Here we
do
go.
it again.
Hey, hold up, just a moment. Okay, perfect. They switched angles on us. We're back to Theresa.
Oh, cool.
You're at me now.
All right, good.
Okay.
Are you ready?
That's right. I'm ready. I'm gonna see if I can read the.
Should I? Do
lyrics
you want me to
that
look over the lyrics at all, or no?
No,
Okay, fine.
no, because they'll change. They always change.
All right, here we go. So let's get this first lead vocal track down. All right, here we go.
Hey there, 42, nice to meet you. Now answer me. Where does the time go? How do all the years fly by instantaneously? Oh, hell if I know. And as brunette fades to gray, I'm not ashamed to say there's so many unanswered questions along the way. Every day, shouldn't I know all this by now? Truth is eluding me somehow. Life is a mystery, no doubt. And how many stars light up the night? How do some things wrong override? When it's right, let's stop it and do the chorus again, because I couldn't read my handwriting. But this is the beauty of recording verses and then stopping and doing the chorus in a demo.
All right, so honey, I'm gonna get you in 2 measures. So this is what your pre-roll is gonna.
Pre-roll?
Yeah, this is what it's gonna sound like.
Uh-huh.
And then you'll be in right here.
Yep, I got
Okay,
you.
here we go.
How many stars light up the night? And why do some choose wrong override? When's the right time to say goodbye? I need to know what makes us love and then let go. Who really makes the rules now? Really know. Seems like the only thing I really know. I keep learning as I go.
Yes, good job.
Demo version
Sounds
number 1.
Great, I love that. Fantastic, honey. All right, so all I'm doing here is I'm just tying her 2 takes together. You know, we did it in 2 takes or 2 pieces, so I'm gonna just do that, and then just do a little quick crossfade. And for right now, it's perfect. So then it sounds something like this.
And as brunette fades to gray, not ashamed to say, there's so many unanswered questions along the way. I know all this by now. You're me somehow. And the mystery, no doubt.
All right. Are we ready for some background vocals?
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
Sure.
Okay. And I'm just labeling the track So I label everything, and actually I color code everything as well. For me, then I can look at, I don't need to read what the track is. So for me, drums are always blue. Bass, my mnemonic is bass is real earthy, right? I think it is. So I make it brown. Keyboards are always green. I don't know why. And vocals are always pink because of Freddie Mercury, and that's the truth. So there it is. All right. So Theresa's lead, I'm gonna just give her a different color here, just for my own bookkeeping, little maybe a hotter pink. And so, honey, you just want the chorus?
I
Or do you want
want
the verse?
I want the bridge. I'm gonna just do the last line of the bridge, the no doubt,
Okay.
and then go into the chorus.
All right. So I will.
So let's
I'll
just-
get you the whole bridge though into the chorus.
Yes.
All right.
And I'm just gonna throw some ideas out there because I don't really know what I want yet.
All right. And that's really how we work, because we don't really know. Okay. Here we go. I'm just gonna take it, or do you want to run it?
No, it's fine. Just take it because if I hate it, we'll delete it.
Cool.
I will change the words there, but I don't know what to what yet. So I just want to get what the notes are.
Okay.
And
Do you want to lay another harmony on it? You want to stack it again, or
just
are you
the
okay?
chorus part, not the bridge.
So I just duplicate the track here, and there it is. So now we're just gonna get the chorus. I'm gonna get you. Here's your lead in. It's gonna be this. Cool.
Yep.
That's where we start from. All right. Here we go. Nice.
I don't know if I like that, but let's keep it.
And of course, you can hear all the.
With the right time to say goodbye, I need to know what makes us love and end it.
Yeah, sounds really nice. So really, then at this point,
At this point, we would chew on
we're
it.
really doing like a fast track. Like we would have done the full tune, but we did just intro, verse, 2 verses, bridge, chorus.
Mhm.
But now we would probably sit with it, start massaging parts and stuff like that. And then I would get into the mixing stage where we would add reverb to Theresa's voice, EQ some stuff out, add some compression and all that stuff. And that's a whole nother area that we don't need to get into tonight. But so from here, we'd probably just sleep on it and
Yeah.
we'd see what it sounds like.
I'm gonna move Sting
There it is.
and talk about it. Yeah. I
Do
mean,
it.
This is where we would definitely sit, chew on it. You know, this is as Neil said, it's a fast track, so you only have 2 verses, a bridge, and a chorus. So I would determine, do I like this? Do I not like this? if I do like it, then I would turn it into an actual full-length song. So,
But the important thing, like you were saying earlier, is you had an idea.
Mhm.
We just got it out. Is it the greatest song ever written? We don't know. But you never know when you're creating, no matter what your discipline is, whether you're writing or painting or makeup or how does this rank with other stuff that we've done? You don't know. But
Right.
we're not concerned about that right now. We're getting it out and we're releasing it to the world, and then we can take a listen. So the important thing is about creating, about not being intimidated to produce your art. I think that's the most important thing.
exactly.
So, any last minute questions? Anything?
Yeah, we have a question from Beth. How many of these versions of songs and recordings do you have on hand to play with at any given time?
It depends.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have a ton of them. Like right now, I have a ton of them in my phone that we haven't even taken this far. But
I have
you got
I have a ton, but sometimes I just get bored. Here's I think the interesting thing in any creative process is either I get bored with it, or I lose focus in it, or I just don't know what else to do with it. So at that point, instead of beating our head into oblivion, like, you know what, I'm gonna let it pass just right now. I'm gonna put it aside and I'll come back. And normally 9 times out of 10, when you come back to a piece, and again, this could be any creative endeavor, you come back with a fresh set of ears or eyes or perspective, then you know where you need to go with it. Sometimes all the answers aren't right in front of us. So I have a hard drive full of stuff that I got to get to work.
yeah. I wish we had a full hard drive full of stuff. We have some more. There is a new Theresa Rose thing coming in the future.
Yeah.
Start it with a lot of started songs like this.
Yeah.
Nice. Joe Jensen says you create something that never existed, but now it exists. So that's part of the whole process. Now, do you find yourself on your hard drives full of stuff? Do you find yourself going back and picking pieces out of certain things and kind of bringing them together, or is it just one?
I do. What's been interesting for me is I don't record an overabundance of music for every record I do, but I do have a few, 2 or 3 per record that don't make the record. And when we're mixing the record, I will, if I'm not feeling it, or I'm trying to feel it, there's a gut instinct you can tell. Is this the song right now for me on this record? So I put them aside, and I notice I'll go back to them an album or 2 later with a fresh perspective, like we were just saying, and I'll discover what I loved about it to begin with, and then I can separate what I didn't love at that time, and then we have a brand new song again. So that's a very interesting question. It's a great question, because what we love now, we may not love in a week or 2, but we can come back and find what we loved about it again. So, it's a process, as we always say. So.
Absolutely. Now, do you had someone else ask, and I asked this a little bit earlier, even if it's not the final, what you absolutely love, want to move forward with, can we get a copy of what you dropped tonight in the group that we can listen to?
Sure. Yeah. Let me. I'll do a little mixing off, a little. Get all the dirt out of it, and yeah, of course.
That's awesome.
We'd love to.
And had a question from Joe Jensen. Have you done a Spider-Man ode?
That is such a appropriate question. I have been wanting to redo the 60s comic cartoon Spider-Man. And I bought the song on iTunes. It's ready to go. I just need time to get to it. But yeah, I mean, look at all the things I love in my life right now. Look at Spider-Man and what's in the picture, right? It's always about Spider-Man. So
I'm a close second to Spidey.
Oh my God.
Anyone has?
Any other questions, anybody? Just drop them in the chat. And Beth says, can you play us out with a snippet of a song when you're done here?
Yeah, what do you want? What should we do?
Snippet of a song. Oh
I don't know.
boy.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Oh,
the
no.
panic starts. You know what's so funny? Quick guitar story, and I think every maybe musician would relate to this. You know, you practice and you learn all these songs and everything, and then at Christmas, the family's around. They pull the guitar like, play us something, Neil. You know, and instantly I become like a 12-year-old kid. Like, I don't know anything. What? I don't. What do you want me to play? I don't know. So yeah, we'll figure something out here. So
Yeah.
you better think quick. I don't know.
Well, how much time we have?
Exactly.
1 minute.
Beth is requesting some Van Halen.
All right.
Well, let's go. Here we go.
Hold on. Let me just move out of your way.
So listen, Carrie's up
I'll sit
next.
on the floor. I
And
know.
we are really
Super
excited.
excited
Carrie,
about
are you there? There you are. Carrie, we're so stoked. We're having like a watch listening party downstairs after. So we'll set up. We're ready to go. We're gonna ask all kind of questions and interrupt you the whole time.
Oh, they're finishing this up. So these are the one before.
All right. Let me see. Let me get a tone here. And hold on. What do we know? We know we've done all
Well,
kinds.
7:58. So play Van Halen.
I'm gonna do one little riff. I'm doing one riff.
Beth asked you too.
Hold on one sec. Hold on. Let me transfer my sound. Hold on. Stop pressuring me.
You're running out of time.
What about?
Yay!
There it is.
Thank you guys. We had a great time.
Thank you
Theresa,
so
you have a good
much.
time.
I had a great time.
All right. We had a
Thank you
great
so
time.
much for watching and enjoy. What is on my Something is on my phone. But thanks again for watching our blank canvas session, and we hope you enjoy Carrie. She's so amazing.
Yeah.
And we will drop the song in the chat.
Can you do one hit of what we got right now, and then we'll?
Yeah. Do you want us to play it?
Yeah, play that. Let's
Yeah.
This.
one less than an hour, and we got masterpiece.
All right. Hang on 1 second. I'm just rebouncing that one piece because I just used my guitar. That's why. Joe, do you recognize Studio One? Here we go. Oh my gosh. With the click.
No, you have to click off.
All right, here we go.
It's 42, nice to meet you. Now answer me. Where does the time go? I wanna hear starlight. Oh, hell fine. And it's brunette face to gray. Not ashamed to say. There's so many unanswered questions along the way. No one finds out. Simply holding me somehow. Back at the mystery go down. Now in the dark, I am so I thought you would go alright. Back to say goodbye.
Well done. That was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your talents, your time with everybody tonight. This has just been outstanding, getting that peek behind the curtain at how the pros do it, and what it's got me smiling ear to ear for this entire hour. So I love it. I love it, and we got a lot of great comments. Yay! Bravo, bravo, loving it. Great feel-good session. So everyone was just absolutely loving this, and so really, but we can't thank you enough for sharing your time. And Lofty says, "Thank you. You two are wonderful. Thank you for your time." Carrie says, "Incredible." So thank you for wow. That's all I can say is wow. And so it's just an honor to have you here and sharing with us. I'm just blown away. So thank you so much.